All right, I am going to try and cook some breakfast and answer some questions. I'll try and tell you guys what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I have a cast iron pan here. My stove is pretty dirty right now. This pan is not super clean because I do not wash it out every time I use it. It's one of the things about cast iron. Sometimes it's better to just leave whatever's in there. If you guys have any questions about whatever I'm doing or in general, hopefully I'll be able to see it. If I'm standing over here and working on the stove, I won't be able to see the question because I am doing this by myself. So anyway, what I'm doing first is I'm going to throw some, hi from New York City. Hi, I'm in New Jersey. This is Pete's Paleo bacon. I have some that I sliced on my meat slicer. I'm going to chop it up a little bit. I have a bunch of slices here. They're kind of small because the slabs are not huge, each of them. I think that's so that they can get a pound measured out pretty easily. So this is probably the equivalent to about, I don't know, 2 or 3, maybe 3 slices of regular bacon. I'm just going to chop it up. Tattoo, oh, it's my flash tattoo, yeah. I think I'm going to put a couple more of these little guys in there. So what I'm actually going to have for breakfast is just some leftover chicken that I have. That's pre-cooked and I'm just going to heat it up. But I'm going to have some bacon and some chicken and some veggies. I have cauli rice that I made yesterday. A big batch, but I didn't use all of it. So I just saved it in this container and I'll throw that in towards the end because it doesn't take too long to cook. I think what I'm going to put in with the bacon is going to be, sorry that it's like the pan and nothing too exciting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can move this cutting board over. It's just hard to put the, it's hard to put the camera somewhere. It's just me so that you can see anything that I'm doing that's valuable at all. I do bake bacon pretty often. I used to do it more, but I'm pretty quick about the way I like to cook, and that takes forethought and time, and I like to just throw things in a skillet more often. I'm not going to get a selfie stick, no, but that would also require a hand, and as you can see I'm using both of my hands to chop this onion. This is just, I have a bunch of leftover veggies. I was making a recipe yesterday, and if I'm not using everything, I just put them back in the fridge in a little glass container. So I'm not looking at the camera right now, so if you guys are asking questions, I can't see them. I'm just going to chop these onions up, probably just like that. Just slice them so that I can cook them with the bacon here. So I'm letting the bacon try and render a little bit of fat. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm looking at the camera. Any questions you guys have about what I'm doing or just, I don't know, anything in general? Let's see, maybe I can move the camera. I don't know if you can see the bacon cooking. Whoa, uh-oh. Oh no, the questions go way too fast. I can't see anything anymore. If you type the question, just type it again. Sorry. I'm still getting the hang of this. I think everybody is. I don't think anybody really has this whole Periscope thing figured out just yet. And also, I wish I could turn the camera and not have it be just tall. Which is totally annoying. You love what? Bacon in a pan? Oh, you like the video? I like cooking, so it's pretty easy. I don't know what that question was. Somebody said, how about you? I don't know what the question was before that. What's Mark and Diane? I don't know what you're asking me. I'm going to put a little bit of ghee in the pan though because I am going to throw a bunch of veggies in here and I don't think this bacon is going to render enough fat. Put like a teaspoon or so of the tin-star ghee. Fertilized eggs? I don't know. I don't know if they're fertilized or not. The ones that I buy pastured eggs and I don't think they're fertilized. I'm pretty sure most of the time people have chickens for eggs. There's not a rooster around, so it's just hens, and I don't think they're usually fertilized. I posted a video about coconut milk just yesterday, and I'll archive it over on YouTube. I usually use Whole Foods organic full-fat coconut milk when I'm making a recipe or putting it in coffee or something like that. What else am I going to put in here? I'm seriously just grabbing a whole bunch of leftovers. I mean, bacon cooking in a pan, that's a pretty good show. I don't know. I'm just cooking a bunch of leftovers here. Let's see if I can get you guys on the other side here. I have some chicken that I cooked up yesterday, just chicken thighs. They're boneless, skinless. So as soon as that bacon gets a little more fat out of it, I'm going to throw the onions in the pan, because onions need to cook first. Sorry, I can't see when I'm looking. Oh, good morning from St. Louis. Good morning. I'm in New Jersey. All right, so let's see if I can. I have my camera in this jar. It's being held in this jar while I'm filming. So the bacon is has rendered out some fat, and there's some ghee in the pan there. You can see it's kind of got a bunch of oil. So now I'm going to throw the onions in so that they can cook. And sorry, the camera's going where my face is. I'm going to throw those onions in, and then I think I'm going to smash a couple cloves of garlic and heat them a little bit. I'm totally just making this like random breakfast. I can't see the camera if you guys have questions. Sorry, this is like not Food Network ready cooking show right here. I know, you do need a smell for it. It smells really good. One of my old college roommates, or she was a college roommate and then a roommate in San Francisco, we used to joke that anytime either of us would be cooking and we basically were just cooking onions in a pan, it just smelled so good. We were like, what are you making? Nothing. I just put the onions in the pan. That was our little, we always had a laugh about that. I'm trying to think if I want any other of these veggies. I don't really feel like eating the peppers that I had from last night. Let's see. Well, I have the cauliflower that I'm going to do, so I'm just going to smash some garlic here. It's kind of been, I like grating garlic if you're going to put it in a recipe and you need like little pieces, but also really just like to smash it and throw it in the pan. You get a milder flavor from the garlic when you do that, so I just put it down on the board and just, you can slam your hand down or you can just press. These are kind of small. I'm just pressing. Peeling off all the skin, you don't want that. That's pretty much it. So I'm just going to use these guys right here. You see that? I'm just going to throw them in here. So now I'm going to throw some salt and pepper. When I do pepper, I do not measure. I just do this. I'm just going to use a little bit of salt because the bacon's salty. That's, I use Redmond real salt most of the time. I like that brand. So, let's see. Now I've got those big pieces of garlic. They're going to be pretty mellow. If you keep, my stove needs to be cleaned. Tomorrow is Master's kitchen cleaning day. If you keep pieces of garlic, turn the heat down a little, bigger, the flavor will be more mellow. But obviously, if you don't cook it enough, it's gonna have a lot of bite. And if you grate it pretty small and have a lot of, I think basically if you expose a lot of the surface area of the garlic, it'll end up being stronger. But of course, if you can mellow it out by cooking it a little bit, that's gonna be milder flavor. Your stove, I know this is like, because I made cauliflower rice yesterday, so obviously it's all over the place. And not picking up that great every time I cook to clean it out. Coupon codes for things. Yeah, we have a coupon code right on my website and on the podcast for Pete's Paleo Bacon. Actually, it's just for meal plans, I think. We had it for bacon a long time ago, but I'm not sure that they have mass quantities enough of the bacon to run discounts on it. It's pastured bacon, so it's not like, you know, grocery store endless quantities. So I'm not sure I have that for the bacon, but for Pete's Paleo meals, we definitely have a coupon code. So this is pretty softened. The onions look like they're cooked enough that I won't be choking on them for being too raw. So this is a chicken thigh. It's just a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. We usually get them bone-in skin on, but we actually buy these same chicken thighs for my cat. We just sometimes get like the organic for us and the natural for the cat. He eats them raw. I can't look at the camera right now, so if anyone's asking questions. So I just have this one chicken thigh. I'm going to throw it in the pan and just keep that through. I'm basically making like a random breakfast, I don't know, skillet for breakfast. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is basically, when this is all almost done, I'm going to throw in the cauliflower rice, and I have some seasonings from my friend Tony Casandrinos, owns Casandrinos Olive Oil Company. I think a lot of you guys have probably seen me posting about the olive oil, which, that's the olive oil. It's too big to fit on camera. That's in my cupboard there. But he's got some spice blends. I've been using those. I just keep them right next to the stove, and I pretty much just like throw whatever in the mix. So I actually might throw a little bit. There's a bunch on the chicken already from when I cooked it. Just gonna sprinkle some of that because once I put the cauliflower rice in there, it's gonna need a little more seasoning because the cauliflower rice is just totally plain. So, and then this one, garlic and herb. There's a bunch of sesame seeds in here. I don't know. I seriously, that's how I cook. I don't measure. I just kind of go with it. I know I'm gonna like it. I've tasted all that stuff before. It's getting pretty hot. I think this is, ooh. Oh, man down. Woo. Okay, so this is getting pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can move this a little closer. Now I'm just gonna dump this cauliflower rice in here and let that soften. It's gonna take a few minutes. Probably about, I don't know, a cup or so of cauliflower rice. And I think what I also have some green onions that I'm gonna slice up to put on this too. I think I'm going to put a lid on this so it can sort of steam a little bit. I have a lid from another pan. It does not fit perfectly, but it'll do the trick. I'm going to chop up some green onions. So other questions you guys have, I can see the camera. So if anybody's got questions for me while I cook this, and people who have opened this video now are like, what the heck's going on? We can't see anything. Oh, you know what? I'll put this back here. I really need a little stand for this. Somebody could just like tell me what the best little stand is. I have one somewhere in my old phone. Do you feed your dog? No, Harper, she doesn't eat raw. Mostly because she didn't for her whole life. Like, she had a really sensitive stomach as a younger pup, and so Scott wasn't really sure about wanting to try and go raw with her. So a little bit, she can be a little bit fussier. Mason, when I first got him, I fed him raw, like pretty much from the beginning. So he he actually won't really eat much cooked. He'll eat chicken if it's cooked. I couldn't like throw beef down. I expect him to eat that. I don't think he would eat that. He'll eat cooked seafood if I'm little scraps. But he eats, let's see, canned wild salmon if we're kind of lazy and didn't buy anything else. I get that at Trader Joe's sometimes for him. Or raw chicken, chicken livers, chicken hearts, things like that. Oh, okay, question. Made ghee and forgot about it and it got burnt. I've done that too. I burned a whole bunch of ghee. Actually, this is not from Tin Star. This is a batch that I totally burned. I burned a lot of it. It actually smells really good. I'm smelling it right now. It smells like caramel butter. I just need a good way to use it. But I burned a batch myself too. I'm going to throw these in. Let's see what's gorgeous knife. These are global. I'm going to throw these green onions in because I like color in my food and a little bit of bite. I don't know what Mike said. Sorry, something. Okay, I can't. Sorry, come over here. I can't see the camera. So you talk amongst yourselves, I suppose. That's pretty much it. I'm going to let that steam a little bit more. Okay, I can see the camera again. I've made quite a mess here, but such is life. So I'm just letting this steam a little bit to cook that cauliflower rice in the skillet. It really does not need to cook very long. Have you guys made cauliflower rice? Have you gotten the Trader Joe's cauliflower rice? It actually looks more like cauliflower couscous, the one from Trader Joe's. That looks pretty good, right? That's a good breakfast. I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to grab some cilantro. I'm just kind of obsessed. Yeah, it's good. The cauliflower rice from Trader Joe's is good. They actually call it riced cauliflower, and I think what they do is, you know, the potato ricer gadget that you can have in your kitchen that you like basically extrude a potato through. I think that's what they did with the cauliflower, because it doesn't look like this. Like, you can see how I have really fine pieces of cauliflower here, and some of it actually looks like rice, like the long little kind of stringier pieces. They don't have, they don't look like that. The cauliflower rice from Trader Joe's, the pieces don't look like that. It looks more like couscous, and actually almost like the large couscous. It looks like. All right, I'm gonna put my camera there for a sec. Yeah, I use a food processor. I use the shredding disc. Oh shoot, I forgot I had this tiny bit of leftover broccoli. I don't like to throw anything away if I can help it. This is like totally random from a couple nights ago. I'm throwing that in. It'll heat itself up. My fiance probably laughs at me for saving this like scraps, but I don't understand how those scraps didn't make it onto the plate in the first place. I'm like, why is this left in the pan? Just put it on the plate. There's no reason not to eat those last 4 bites of broccoli. I am going to grab some cilantro. And I'm just going to chop a little bit of this. It's like on the floss legs, the cilantro that I have. Yeah, I'm excited to eat this. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock here. This will be kind of like brunchy food. You just toss cauliflower. I don't. You can. I use the shredding disc because I like to try and get some pieces that look like rice. Some people just pulse it in the processor. It really just kind of depends. I'll stick to one, half a dozen the other. It doesn't really matter. I think, you know, if I'm taking a picture of it, I didn't add any liquid to this, no. I didn't make it like an Asian flavor right now, but I do have a recipe that I'm working on that is like a regular kind of fried rice. That's it. Just put that cilantro in here. I'm not going to cook it too long with the cilantro because I like to keep it just kind of fresh. And then just, you know, it's sticking a little bit to my pan, but that's fine. It'll taste good. And that's pretty much it. Smell-o-vision, I know. Yeah, you can pulse the cauliflower for sure. I just don't because sometimes I'm doing it for something I'm taking a picture of and I want it to look more like rice, but just for eating purposes, it doesn't really matter. Actually, you know, I'm going to move this cutting board out of the way. This is fun to do, but it's definitely making my breakfast process take a lot longer than it normally would. I would have done this much faster if it weren't for talking to you guys. Hang on, let me grab the oven mitt. This skillet is hot, and that's it. The video on cauliflower, oh, I don't know if I'll do a whole video on it, maybe one day. This is like a lot of food, this whole bowl. I'm just gonna scrape some of these bits, and then to clean this pan, I will just run it under hot water and scrub it, no soap, just scrub it with hot water. But I'm not gonna do that now because it's still too hot to touch. This is, I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, I can't. Feel free to, oh, you guys are talk amongst yourselves. So let's see, I'm just gonna grab a fork, and that's it. That's my breakfast. I'll probably post a picture of this on Instagram. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, just at Diane Sanfilippo, and I'll probably take a picture of this. Let's see, right after I'm done talking to you guys. I'm gonna shut the light out here. Secret to taking good pictures of your food. Do not use an overhead light. Just turn the lights off and use natural daylight. And I have this really pretty slate because I take lots of pictures of food and I tend to have little backgrounds. So that's it. That's the finished product. So when you guys see my pictures on Instagram or whatever, and I'm holding the camera with my right hand and I snap a picture and holding it with, yeah, snap a picture with my right hand. That's pretty much it. Same thing every time. So that was cauliflower rice and some leftover chicken thigh, onion, broccoli. I just put a whole bunch of like Greek seasonings in there. Nothing too crazy. Bacon. There's bacon in there from Pizza Paleo. Thanks guys. I'm going to go eat my breakfast now.